ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओके, 1.9.15 is what we have done. Okay, let me share. Okay. नहि यस्य कर्हिचित् राजन् पुमान् वेद विदित्सितम् यद्विजिज्ञासया युक्ता मुह्यन्ति कवयोक्तिः। O king, no one can know the plan of the Lord. Even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively, they are bewildered. No one can know the plan of the Lord. So many times devotees are perplexed. We don't know what is happening in our life, why it is happening. I'm audible, right? Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Somehow not getting any feedback here. Okay. So why, what happens in a devotee's life, what time, how it happens, etc. All this is not understandable. Because only the Lord knows the plan. Lord knows what the plan is. And nobody else can know the plan of the Lord. So that is why surrendered devotees always look at everything saying that this is Krishna's mercy. That I had to get something big, something small happened. Because it's very difficult to understand why Krishna wants us to experience certain things, especially for those devotees who are surrendered completely to the Guru at the time of initiation or even at later. But one who has completely surrendered, then Krishna then starts treating him as equal to him. And when Krishna starts treating somebody equal to him, how can that person have any suffering or any trouble in his or her life? That is just the plan of the Lord. Why, what is very difficult for anybody to explain. We should just have faith. Rakshishati vishwaso goptrutve varnam tata. Faith that Krishna will protect, and goptrutve varnam tata means in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada comments on this saying that having full faith in the mercy of the Lord. Just having full faith in the mercy of the Lord is one of the aspects of Sharanagati. So we should just know that Krishna is in control. Krishna knows what is happening. He is doing it. So what we should do, what is our duty? Simply surrender to Krishna and Guru and follow their instructions. So that's all what we need to do. We don't need to do anything more. Even if we inquire also, it is of no use. Prabhupada here is saying it's useless also to inquire about it. Because many times we are stuck saying that, oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening? That question only will get stuck. So no need to worry about it. It's Lord's will. This is the best way for me to progress towards Him. So it is happening. So whatever we have to learn from a situation, we should try to learn. And then look at everything as Krishna's mercy. Actually, if we follow this one particular sutra, formula, we can really make a huge difference in our life. We can make huge progress just by this one method, one point. And that everything is known to Krishna and is in his control. We don't have to worry about it or unnecessarily bother about it. Very powerful. Okay. 17. Tasmadidam daivatantram vyavasya bharatarshava tasyanu natha pahi prajaprabho. O best among the descendants of Bharata, Yudhishthira, I maintain therefore that all this is within the plan of the Lord. Accepting the inconceivable plan of the Lord, you must follow it. Accepting the inconceivable plan of the Lord, which is delivered to you by the Guru, you must follow it. You are now the appointed administrative head, and my Lord, you should now take care of those subjects who are now rendered helpless. Bhishma Dev is telling Yudhishthira, saying that you have to rule. Why you now become the king, and you should just understand that that is the inconceivable plan of the Lord, and you should just accept it and move forward. The Prabhupada writes a beautiful line in the purport. He says, popular saying is that a housewife teaches the daughter-in-law by teaching the daughter. Similarly, the Lord teaches the world by teaching the devotee. The devotee does not have to learn anything new from the Lord, because the Lord teaches the sincere devotee always from within. See, so beautiful this one is. One statement is so nice. Dadami buddhi yogantam. Actually, Krishna just teaches a sincere devotee from within. But then why does it have to manifest outside as a situation to teach others? So that learning has happened internally, then there's no need for it to actually manifest externally. But why does it manifest? Because the Lord wants to teach through that devotee. He wants to teach others. Whenever, therefore, a show is made to teach the devotee, as in the case of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, it is for the teaching the less intelligent men. But the devotee himself is not less intelligent. But Krishna is teaching so that the less intelligent men can learn looking at the devotee. So look at this last statement. A devotee's duty, therefore, is to ungrudgingly accept tribulations from the Lord as a benediction. What is ungrudgingly means? What does ungrudgingly means? What is the word in Hindi? Anichuk. Okay. Irsha. So we should not think why this happened or why did this happen to me. So without all this kind of useless thought process, we should simply ungrudgingly accept it. Ungrudgingly accept all tribulations as a benediction. So you have to accept everything as a benediction. So that's what I was saying. If this one line we can follow, then there won't be any reason for us to feel distress, sad, sorry. Because even in there is a tribulation, then we know that okay, actually Lord's hand. It is Lord's hand that I'm going through this. So we should feel happy, saying that Krishna is paying attention to me, and that itself is mercy. That Krishna is even looking at me, insignificant jiva. So this is very, very important. We should just put this into practice.
True, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
So this is for very advanced devotees, but it can be also applied into practice for our life, right? Because even uh, we who are trying to be devotees, even we face such scenarios where it is a bewildering situation, or we might get insulted, even though apparently of no fault of ours and all. So we should still treat this thing as that it might be Lord's plan to make us more humble and all that, right? So it's good to apply this thing even in general practice, or is it only for the very advanced stage of devotion?
No, no, it's absolutely for everybody. The only difference being that in our stage, the karma phala. See, okay, what is this advanced stage or non-advanced stage? See, as per Shastra, one who is um, one who has sincerely surrendered to the Guru at the time of initiation, all his karma phala is destroyed. Right, of course, gradually destroyed. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says. No, but we don't know really what is because of our karma phala and what is Krishna's mercy. So generally, all devotees, in their humility, just think of everything as their karma phala and that it is Krishna's mercy. Right, and so when everybody looks at it as karma phala, then everybody looks at it as saying that it's my suffering. And okay, since it's my suffering, I have to look at it that way. Right. So whether we are in early stages, whether we are in advanced stage, the devotee in advanced stage will actually think more humble than he'll be more humble than possibly me who am in early stage. Right. So he will always think that no, it is actually my karma phala. I am supposed to suffer more. So he will definitely apply it. And early stage, we should definitely apply it. Right? Because it's applicable to both. How it manifests is the difference. But once we have surrendered to Krishna, Krishna anyway is now taking personal responsibility of the devotee. So everything is anyway Krishna's mercy. Everything is to anyway bring us closer to Krishna. Why will Krishna give us some punishment which is going to take us away from him? So like I said, it's absolutely important for us to apply this in our life. Look at everything as Lord's mercy and don't grudge. Don't start thinking why me, why only, why this, why at this time, why not something else. No, just accept, simply accept. Okay, what do I need to learn from this? That's the only question we need to ask. If you're going through some repeated suffering, what is it that I need to learn from this? And try to learn that. And we'll see that as we try to learn that more and more, those kind of situations will start reducing. Possibly we'll get other kinds because we need to now learn other things. But those kind of situations repeated, I've seen in my life. Some situations repeated same thing again and again, again and again, again and again. Uh, and finally I realized, okay, I just need to learn something from this. Why is the same similar kind of situation happening again and again? And then slowly as I started learning some aspects of it, those situations started decreasing. Right. So yeah, it's very difficult to judge what is what, but it's always good to look at everything as something for us to learn from. And learn in what way? To go closer to Krishna. Like for example, you are saying somebody insulted us. Now that is directly application of amanina manadena. So it doesn't matter whether it is our karma phala, Krishna's, whatever it is. It's just taking us closer to Krishna because it's going to make us amanina manadena.
Yeah.
Okay. एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् आद्यो नारायण पुमान् मोहयन्मायया लोकं गूढश्चरति वृष्णिषु. This Sri Krishna, this Sri Krishna, showing the love. This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayana, the supreme enjoyer. But he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni, just like one of us, and is bewildering us with his self-created energy. Bhishma is saying that he is the original personality of Godhead. Again, Prabhupada continues this. Not in this, next verse, okay. So anyway, here Prabhupada says that Bhishma Dev is one of the 12 Mahajanas. So he is authority. He is saying that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and that he is the first Narayana. So we should accept it. Bewilderment. Bewilderment regarding Sri Krishna is due to the action of his twofold internal and external energies upon the third energy called marginal energy. Is bewildering us by his self-created energy, which are his both energies bewilder. Yogamaya also bewilders, Mahamaya also bewilders. Yogamaya bewilders devotees on the transcendental platform by making them forget Krishna's position. Mahamaya bewilders by making us forget that we are servants of Krishna. So both are self-created, created by Krishna. Both energies bewilder the jivas. So Bhishma is accepting the truth about Krishna's position in this one verse. For anybody, directly Mahabharata quoting this, very powerful. Okay, 19. Asyanubhavam Bhagavan Vedaguhyatamam Shivaha Devarshirnaradastakshad Bhagavan Kapilo Nrupa. O King, Lord Shiva, Narada, the sage amongst the demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, all know very confidentially about his glories through direct contact. Bhishma is not talking about himself. Saying Shiva, Narada, Kapila, among the 12 Mahajanas, Shiva, Narada, Kapila they understand Krishna's glories through direct contact. Prabhupada continues to speak about tribulations here. Tribulations imposed upon the devotee by the Lord constitute another exchange of transcendental bhava between the Lord and the devotees. Look at this. What is the bhava? What is the feeling? The Lord says, I put my devotee into difficulty, and thus the devotee becomes more purified in exchanging transcendental bhava with me. Look at Lord's thinking. I put my devotee into difficulty, and thus the devotee becomes more purified. That's the whole point. More purified in exchanging transcendental bhava, because otherwise the bhava might be material or some sentimentalism. It becomes more purified and transcendental bhava can be exchanged. Placing the devotee into material troubles means delivering him from the illusory material relations. Placing devotee into trouble means delivering him from illusory material relations. What does this mean? Anybody wants to try? What does this mean?
प्रभु जी हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी
Dandat Mataji.
मैं ट्राई प्रभु जी मेरे हिसाब से मतलब जब हमको दुख आता है तब सच्चे रिश्ते पता चलते हैं कि उस समय कौन हमें देखता है या नहीं देखता है पर हमारा जो हरि नाम है वो हमें इस तकलीफ में से बाहर निकालता है बाकी संबंध जो है हमारे रिलेशंस वो कितने काम आते हैं
Okay. Anybody else wants to try?
I think this is about differentiating the body with the soul, right? So soul, it has no connection with material world whatsoever. And this is all illusion that, okay, we are having this body, we have family, we have connection to the house and also it is to, so basically Lord withdraws this thing and then the real identity, the real jiva or the real soul, that is basically taken up.
Okay.
So there is material covering which is remaining after that.
Okay. Any other? Amit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. So, see, basically, what this means is, suppose devotee is put into material trouble. Say, for example, devotee is put into what kind of troubles are there? Adidevik, Adibhautik, Adhyatmik. Suppose say it is Adhyatmik, which is because of this body and mind. When we are put into difficulty because of the body, then Krishna is giving us the reality about this material body, that this body is going to perish. It's going to die. It's going to get destroyed one day. So then that illusion about our relationship, our attachment towards the body gets cut. Because that was due to blind attachment. And when there is repeated, when body is getting beaten repeatedly and we are not able to protect it, then we'll come to the reality saying, okay, I'm trying so much, but I'm not able to do anything, which means anyway, body is going to be destroyed and I'm not in control. So we got delivered from the illusion about being attached to the body. Similarly, any relation we might have, we might be too attached to somebody and something happens to them, then suddenly our illusion is broken because we realize our helplessness and how that situation is anyway beyond our control. One off instance we might just feel, nahi, Bhagwan kuch kar do. But oh, bar, if it happens again and again, and every time it goes beyond our control, then it's like that Pingala story is told in Bhagavatam 11th canto, right? When she was waiting for client, he's a prostitute and was waiting for a client, and she kept waiting. Initially, she had hopes. Oh, maybe this person, maybe that person, maybe this person. But then when it went past midnight and no, she couldn't find any client, she became so distressed. I mean, her distress went to such a situation that it became vairagya. So it just delivered her from that illusion of, of her position of being in a position of a prostitute, using her body to attract customers. She was delivered from that. So that's why repeated material suffering helps us to actually overcome our illusions about this material world, about this material body, about material relations, etc. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yam manyase matuleyam priyam mitram suhrittamam akaro sachivam dhutam sauradat ata sarathim. O king, that personality whom out of ignorance only, you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc. is that very personality of God at Sri Krishna. Look at this. You thought to be your maternal cousin, very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor. Krishna played all these roles for Pandavas. I think he played all these roles for you. And who is he? He is that very person you call it Sri Krishna. Sarvatmana samadrusho ya advayasyanankrite tatkritam mati vaishamyam niravadyasya nakvachit. Being the absolute person of Godhead is present in everyone's heart. He's equally kind to everyone and he's free from the false ego of differentiation. False ego of differentiation means like we say, okay, this person is a friend, that person is an enemy. He's nice to me, he's not nice to me. That is false ego of differentiation because all that is happening on the material platform. Therefore, whatever he does is free from material inebriety. Inebriety means madness, drunkenness, intoxication. He's equibalanced. Meaning he's just free from this material way of thinking. He's equibalanced. He's equally balanced to everybody, with everybody. He's equally balanced because so he's like the sun who gives us sunlight equally, whether the place is dirty, pure, etc. It doesn't differentiate. The Lord's mercy is freely available for everybody, but it depends on the person who is receiving mercy that there will be differentiation. But however, when it comes to Vrajavasis, that is pure devotees, then Krishna cannot be equibalanced. That is why Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he couldn't understand what is this Radharani's love. He couldn't reciprocate the love of gopis, right? So all his qualities of being Supreme Person of Godhead, being fully Atma Rama, fully reciprocate every jiva's position, fails with Vrajavasis, especially gopis and Srimati Radharani. Yeah, but to others he is equally kind to everyone. Equally kind to everyone. He is equibalanced. तथापि एकान्तभक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकम्पितं यन्मे शूंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः. Yet despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. See, this itself shows that he is more inclined. Prabhupada writes here. Because he has graciously come before me. So he is equally kind, but he is giving special mercy here. The Supreme Lord, although equal to everyone, is still more inclined to his unflinching devotee, who is completely surrendered, and no one else, knows no one else as his protector master. This is a stage of full surrender, complete surrender. Doesn't know anybody else, doesn't depend on anybody else. He knows Krishna only as his only master and protector. So he's more inclined. A living entity is so made by the will of the Almighty that he is most happy when placing himself in a condition of absolute dependence. This I experienced before. I used to always feel that, being independent is always a problem. It's always a headache. Always being dependent is good. Be it some big service, big job. Okay. Can somebody else be driving it and I can just serve him? It's a less tension job. Also, because this is a natural position, we are happy to be under the control of the Supreme Lord. That is what makes us happy. When we become independent of the Supreme Lord, it's actually cause of tension, worry. The best way to establish our relationship with the Lord in transcendental sweetness is to approach him through his recognized devotees. This is Raganuga mark. So we have to approach him through his recognized devotees who are in that particular mood. Prabhupada here is saying, the appearance of Lord Krishna on the deathbed of Bhishma is due to his being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. Arjuna had some bodily relationship with Krishna because the Lord happened to be his maternal cousin. But Bhishma had no such bodily relation. Therefore, the cause of attraction was due to the intimate relation of the soul. Yet, because the relation of the body is very pleasing and natural, Lord is more pleased when he is addressed as the son of Maharaj Nanda, son of Yashoda, lover of Radharani. This affinity by bodily relation with the Lord is another feature of reciprocating loving service with the Lord. Bhishma Dev conscious of this sweetness. Therefore, he likes to address the Lord as Vijay Sakhe, Partha Sakhe. The best way to establish our relationship in transcendental sweetness is to approach through the recognized devotees. Bhishma Dev is only doing that, thinking that he is not qualified. Okay. Okay, I think it's 9 o'clock. So we can stop here. Continue next Sunday. Krishna. Any questions?
Yeah, so I think it's better to remember Lord as Yashodanandan and Devki Nandan, like that. Better to address him not through opulences, but through the loving exchange with the devotees, is it? That's the better form of bhakti, I guess.
Better, not better, but when somebody addresses the Lord through his opulences, then it is Aishwarya Bhav. That is Vaikuntha. When he's addressed, it's a formal relationship. When he's addressed through his recognized devotees, then mostly it will be, I mean, here mostly it's being referred to Braja Bhakti, which is higher than Aishwarya, which is Madhurya.
Okay, it's rasa basically.
Yeah.
It is more shant rasa, and this is, I think, Vatsalya rasa or.
Vatsalya, Madhurya, it can be anything.
So it's better to worship Lord in like Vatsalya rasa or this rasa, or is it?
No,
both
there's
are-
nothing like better.
Yeah,
It's the Jiva's natural position, constitutional position. So Hanuman will always think himself as servant of Rama. He doesn't want to do anything with Krishna. So Hanuman likes it that way. That's his constitutional position. That's why this somebody was asking me, saying that should we worship Venkateshwara or not, Balaji or not? I was talking to some devotees who are interested in getting initiation, etc. So I'm doing a little more formal kind of training process for them to understand all the concepts and so on. So I was talking about worshipping Krishna, and then somebody was asking, can't we not worship Balaji? I said, absolutely, you can worship Balaji if you feel like worshipping Balaji. But eventually you will come to know, and for that you also have to do Shravanam. If you don't do Shravanam, then you will never understand Krishna. If you never understood Krishna, then you don't know whether you like him or not. Of course, if you don't get fixed to anything or force fit yourself to saying, no, I am this devotee, that devotee, I am Ram's devotee, I am Krishna's devotee, and you just continue to follow instructions of Guru and Prabhupada, then eventually we will come to the stage of knowing whether what devotee we are, whose devotee we are. It might take some time. Till then we have to be slightly patient.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Monday evening attendance. Okay, we'll close here then. There's no other question.